Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries. Good boy.
Arman Tsarukyan has sent a clear warning message to UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria. Ilia, stop running. But the Georgian-Spanish champion isn't backing down, delivering what might be the most brutal response we've heard from a title holder in recent memory. Stay tuned as we break down this heated exchange that could reshape the entire lightweight division.
Listen, when you put so much effort in the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not my back, bro. I don't fucking care. They're gonna give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. If I'm the world champion, I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Let's set the stage here. 6 months ago, Arman Tsarukyan was scheduled to challenge then-champion Islam Makhachev for the UFC lightweight title at UFC 311. But just 1 day before the fight, Tsarukyan pulled out due to a back injury, leaving fans and the UFC scrambling. Fast forward to today, and the landscape has completely changed. Makhachev vacated the title to move up to welterweight. Ilia Topuria claimed that vacant belt by spectacularly knocking out Charles Oliveira at UFC 317. And Tsarukyan, well, he's been left on the outside, looking in.
But there's a difference already. Well, he's already busted up. Out.
A man of his word, lightweight champion, Ilia El Matador.
The Armenian fighter, currently ranked #1 in the division, believes he deserves the next title shot. After all, he's only lost twice in 11 UFC appearances, once to Makhachev in his debut back in 2019, and once to Mateusz Gamrot in a Fight of the Night performance in 2022. But Topuria isn't interested. In fact, he's so against the idea that he's made one of the most shocking declarations we've ever heard from a champion. During a recent live stream with the Nelk Boys, Ilia Topuria was asked about potentially defending his belt against Tsarukyan. His response was nothing short of explosive. Listen, when you put so much effort into the game, and you have a guy in front who you don't know, who maybe could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not, my back! Bro, I don't f***ing care. They are going to give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. I'm the world champion. I'm never going to give him a chance to fight for the belt. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Listen, when you put so much effort in the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not my back, bro. I don't fucking care. They're gonna give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. If I'm the world champion, I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Think about that for a moment. A UFC champion saying he'd rather vacate his title than defend it against the #1 contender. That's unprecedented levels of dismissal. Topuria's frustration stems from Tsarukyan's pullout at UFC 311. The champion clearly sees this as a pattern of unreliability, and he's not willing to invest months of preparation for someone he believes might not show up on fight night. But there's more to this story. Topuria added, "First of all, who gives a f*** about him? He's kinda weird, dude. He pulled out for no reason. If you have a serious reason, I don't know how it could happen, but break your hand, your leg, something like that, I don't know." The disrespect is palpable. And as you'd expect, Tsarukyan wasn't about to take this lying down. Arman Tsarukyan's response came swiftly and sharply via Twitter, and it perfectly encapsulates his frustration with the situation. Imagine calling yourself a champion, but you're already looking for a way out. You can vacate it or I'll take it. Either way, it's mine. But Tsarukyan didn't stop there. The Armenian fighter has been doing his homework, digging up some interesting facts about Topuria's fighting history. In a previous social media post, Tsarukyan pointed out that Topuria has also missed weight multiple times and even pulled out of a fight against Charles Jourdain. Another fun fact, Topuria regularly misses weight, so spare us the fairy tales about fighting with one arm. You pulled out from fighting Charles Jourdain, Hermanito.
Ilia Topuria, for some reason, is chasing. He wants that BMF for some reason.
In reality, it should be Ilia's, bro. That BMF should always be up. It should always be up.
That's
Just
what I'm
imagine.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I should have had
Yeah.
that, John.
Yeah, so he's not wrong, bro. He's not wrong for thinking that.
For us as champions, we know having a title is great because of the financial compensation that comes with it. If Max Holloway is being compensated as an undisputed champion and is not the undisputed champion, then I don't care. I got the BMF. I'll fight anyone that they're willing to throw in there.
It's clear that Tsarukyan isn't going to let Topuria's accusations go unanswered, and he's calling out what he sees as hypocrisy from the champion. Even Tsarukyan's manager, Daniel Rubenstein, has weighed in, essentially calling Topuria's bluff. No objections here. Vacate it. Walk away. Tsarukyan versus Justin Gaethje for the vacant lightweight UFC championship. This controversy highlights a bigger issue in the UFC lightweight division. While Tsarukyan and Topuria are going back and forth, there are several other contenders lining up for their shot at the gold. Justin Gaethje has stated he'll retire if he doesn't get the next title shot. Max Holloway is looking for a rematch after suffering his first knockout loss to Topuria back in October. And perhaps most intriguingly, Paddy Pimblett is being positioned as a potential challenger due to his personal rivalry with Topuria and his recent impressive victory over Michael Chandler.
And also with Ilia, he's obviously said that he wants to move up to welterweight because he still wants to challenge Islam if Islam was to win. So do you think does it like muddy the waters for the lightweight division, do you think?
I mean, we see what happens, you know. If he does that on the run that he's doing, I mean, it's kind of hard to deny that, you know, and that would be a freaking huge super fight. And with him having the punching power he has is just unreal, bro. So you can't count him out in whatever, in anything, but I mean, who's to say? You know, that's not my job. I mean, if he goes up, he goes up. You know, he's his man. You know, do I want that fight back? 100%. But, you know, I can't be like, hey, stay down here, blah, 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 and cry about it. So at the end of the day, if he does that, which he probably deserves it, not probably, he deserves it. So I think that would be a fun fight, too. I think that it'd be super interesting if that fight ever was booked.
Meanwhile, Dana White has previously stated that Tsarukyan will have to fight his way back to a title shot after the UFC 311 pullout. This puts the Armenian fighter in a difficult position. He's clearly the #1 contender on paper, but politically, he might need another fight to prove his reliability. Tsarukyan himself has expressed confidence about how he'd approach a fight with Topuria, telling Daniel Cormier, "It's not just wrestling. I'm a well-rounded fighter, and I'm not going to just try to wrestle him. I'm going to strike him. I'm going to kick him. I'm going to upkick him. Show him wrestling, punch him, wrestling, clinch work."
Ilia Topuria said he may be done at featherweight and he wants to move up to lightweight. What do you think of that?
I'm happy because new name in our division, and he's tough. He's a champ in 145, and it's always good when you get new name in your division, and especially like Ilia Topuria.
Would you have any issues fighting him?
I mean, it's a business, of course. If I'm gonna be a champ and he wants to fight for the belt, of course I'll fight it. For me, to be honest, doesn't matter. I just focus on Islam right now, and then we will talk about all fights.
So where does this leave us? We have a champion who's openly stated he'd rather vacate than fight the #1 contender, and a contender who's calling that champion's bluff. The UFC matchmakers are in a tough spot here. Do they force Topuria to defend against Tsarukyan, potentially losing their new champion if he follows through on his threat to vacate? Or do they give Tsarukyan another fight to earn his shot, potentially rewarding Topuria for what many see as ducking the top contender?
Where is Bruce Mitchell, or what's his name? Bruce?
Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce Mitchell. He's the worst fighter in 145. He took him down and like hold him like with the crazy single leg, and he took him down. Like he couldn't escape like 1 minute. He was pulling the guard. If you're good on the ground, you never pull guard. You're just trying to sweep or like get out from there. I mean, I can tell he's not high level. On the video he hits pads very well and like defend the wrestling. So like
beautiful, but I mean, it's not WWE. I can't wait to show like everybody.
One thing's for certain, this bad blood between Topuria and Tsarukyan isn't going away anytime soon. Whether they end up fighting each other for the title or not, this rivalry has added serious drama to an already stacked lightweight division. The ball is now in Dana White and the UFC's court. How they handle this situation could set a precedent for how champions can influence their own matchmaking going forward. This story is far from over, and we'll be following every development as it unfolds. Will Topuria back down from his stance? Will Tsarukyan get his immediate title shot? Or will we see a completely different direction for the lightweight division? Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this explosive situation. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Topuria is justified in his stance, or is Tsarukyan getting a raw deal? Thanks for watching UFC Central, and we'll see you next time.